Hello everyone, today we'll be discussing on the topic statistics in psychology, that is on characteristics and function. Hearing the topic like statistics, that is in psychology, many of you would have escaped from degree and joined MSc in psychology to escape from physiology or statistics, that is working with numbers. But here we'll be discussing on characteristics and functions of statistics, wherein you have to not be very nervous on hearing the statistics. So you have to know the concept so that it is very easy. It is called to analyze the data in statistics is used, so that it is called a language to interpret. It is one of the mode for a researcher to give the intervention or to check whether which group is higher, which group needs intervention, and which group is lowering in this particular area. So before that, we'll see that what is statistics is all about. Statistics in psychology refers to the collection, analysis, interpretation, presentation and organization of data that pertains to psychological phenomenon. It serves as a vital tool for psychologists to quantify behaviors, understand relationship between variables and draw conclusion from empirical research. For example, imagine a psychologist conducting a student understand the average stress level of college students during exam. So here the first process is data collection. Psychologist surveys 100 college students asking them to rate their stress level on a scale from 1 to 10. So the next process will be analysis of the data. We are going to find out the mean average of the stress level based on 700 students. That is total number of students divided by total score divided by total number of students. Interpretation: the psychologist concludes that on average college students experience on a stress level of 7 during exam period, indicating a high level of stress. This indicates that the researcher where the data is collected based on the total score of 7 and based on 100 participants. So it is said that the group is suffering from lot of stress. This makes the researcher to plan for an intervention, to plan for other experimental studies, to go on for a therapeutic approach to reduce the stress level of the intervention. This way, statistics will help in collecting the data, helping analyze the researcher and moving on to therapies and intervention process. The concepts in statistics: you might be reading a newspaper regularly. Almost every newspaper gives the minimum and maximum temperature recorded in the city on the previous day. It also indicates the rainfall recorded and the time of sunrise and sunset. In the school, attendance of the students are recorded. This is also called as data. Moving on to another concept is scores, wherein scores or other numbers in continuous series are to be thought of as distances along a continuum rather than a discrete points. An inch is the linear magnitude between two divisions of a foot rule. And in like manner, a score is a mental set or mental test is a unit distance between the two limits. For example, a score of 120 upon an intelligence examination. This represents the interval up to 119.5 up to 120.5 means average intelligence or above average intelligence. Variable: characteristic or on which individual differ from themselves is called a variable. Statistics is a branch of science which is concerned with the study of variables that vary in unpredictable fashion and helps in providing an understanding of the phenomenon and objects which show such variations. Moving on to characteristics. In that, first characteristic is statistics are aggregate of facts. Only those facts which are capable of being studied in relation to time, place or frequency can be called statistics. Individual, single or unconnected figures are not statistics because they cannot be studied in relation to each other. For example, data relating to IQ of a group of students, academic achievement of students are called the statistics and are studied in relation to each other. Second characteristic, statistics are affected to a marked extent by multiplicity of causes. So here, statistical data are more related to social science and such changes are affected to a combined effect of many factors which cannot study the effect of a particular cause on a phenomenon. It is only in physical sciences that individual causes can be traced and their impact is clearly known. In statistical study of social sciences, we come to know that combined effect of a multiple causes. I would like to give you an example here. Deterioration of achievement score in academic sphere of some students may not be only due to lack of interest in school subjects, but also may due to lack of motivation, effective teaching methods, attitude of students, faculty or faulty scoring procedure, etc. There are many factors which trigger the individual to lose their marks or deteriorate or perform poor in their academics. Statistics are numerically expressed. Here, qualitative phenomenon which cannot be numerically expressed can be described as statistics. Example, honesty, goodness, ability, and so on. But if we assign numerical expression, it may be described as statistics. Another form of characteristic here is statistics are enumerated or estimated according to reasonable standards of accuracy. The standard of estimation and accuracy differs from inquiry to inquiry or purpose to purpose. There cannot be one standard of uniformity for all types of inquiries and for all purposes. Here, an example, a single student cannot be ignored while calculating IQ of 100 students in a group, whereas 10 soldiers can easily be ignored while finding out IQ of soldiers of whole country. Statistics are collected in a systematic manner. So, in order to have a reasonable standard of accuracy, statistics must be calculated in a systematic manner. Any rough and haphazard method of collection will not be a desired that may lead to improper and a wrong conclusion accuracy. So, here there are other two characteristics, statistics for predetermined purpose and statistics are capable of being placed in relation to another, where they say statistics is a method of purpose of comparison. It must be capable of being compared, otherwise it will lose much of its value and significance. It is one of the outliers which a statistician or a researcher should pay attention to. Outliers significantly differ from other observations in a data. For example, see the data set is 111 and the last digit is 997, the score. So, even with hardly representative of the data set, this distortion can lead to misleading conclusion about the typical behavior of the data set. Here we end the characteristic of statistics that used in psychological background to analyze research and to plan for intervention, therapy, etc. Thank you all.